TTJ Tech.
Welcome back, my friends, to our continuation of the App Bonanza. All right, guys, let's get moving on the next app we're going to take a look at today, the Reminders app. Now, once again, with Reminders, we have full iCloud integration, as we would expect. We have the ability to create multiple lists of reminders. You get one by default, just called Reminders. If you set up family sharing, you get a family reminders list so that, again, everybody in the family share can participate and can see the reminders and so forth. You can create more lists, right? You can create one for groceries or one for, classes or a specific class or homework or all sorts of things. I mean, I see this being brilliant in education, by the way, because, if you are sharing, let me remind you, you can share your reminders list with other people just like you can share calendars. So the family one is obviously automatically shared, but you can create other ones and share those as well. And by the way, if we have a group of students in a school and they can do it this way, it would be amazing. I'm thinking about group projects, and everybody in the group has to do a certain thing, a certain task. So we have a shared reminders list. And when you do that, you can, that whether that's students or teachers, it could be either one, right? Or faculty of any sort, administrators, any position. It doesn't have to be school, but I can just think of so many ways that this could be useful. And by the way, when you create reminders, you can assign them to specific people in a shared group as well. Now, we can also set reminder priority. We can attach alerts to the reminders so that they sound and give us a notification at a specific time of day, at a location, like remind me to pick up milk when I pass by the grocery store. Remind me to call my wife when sorry about that there, guys. Remind me to call my wife when I leave work, when I get home, remind me to defrost the chicken. There's all sorts of location-based things we can do. And what it does then is it actually sets up a geofence around whatever location you specify, and it will work. So you just have to make sure your location access is enabled for reminders, and then you can choose that. And another thing you can do is remind me when messaging, which are person-based reminders. Hey, when I'm talking to Trainer Cliff, remind me to tell him about the agenda for today's class. Those sorts of things. So we have a lot of options. Of course, we can have recurring reminders. Remind me to water the plants every Sunday at 7 p.m. We can have subtasks like, remind me to pay the bills every month on the 28th, but there's 5 bills I need to pay that day. Cell phone bill, the water bill, the cable or TV bill of some sort, electric, whatever, and you can put those as subtasks that you have to mark off then, right, before everything is complete. So you have a lot of options, a lot of flexibility, and most of it can be done with Siri. I really love the way that Siri integrates so beautifully with the Reminders app, because I can say the kinds of things I just gave you as examples. Remind me to call my wife when I leave work. Remind me to defrost the meat, the chicken or whatever, when I get home. If you have a specific address, you can do that. That might potentially be a little bit tricky with Siri. I don't know, but you definitely can do it. And then, remind me to take out the garbage every Thursday night at 9 p.m. You could say stuff like that. So Siri is really, really great with reminders. But of course, we're going to show you the app. One of the things I want you to understand about the app when we create reminders is that, remember, reminders can be just as simple as items, which can be checked off. And so in this way, we can create lists of things to do, lists of all sorts of things, right? And they don't have to have alerts associated with them. They don't have to have any details associated with them. You could make a list of, groceries, bread, milk, eggs, chicken, soda, cookies, pizza, just write down the list and nothing else attached to it. And that is why when we start typing, you're going to see that then you have to hit a details button to make other changes to the reminder you've created, because it's also possible to create a reminder with no additional details. So that's why it's going to look a little different. There is a quick bar above the letters U, I, and O, which lets you make quick changes to the reminder, like, assigning a time to it or something, or we can get all the details for more granular control. And there's also the ability to try to type what you want without having to use any details. Like you could say, pay the bills on Monday at 7. You could actually type that text. Or maybe you could even do pay the bills every month, I don't know. Okay, but you can do some of that, and it does its best to try to determine what you meant by it. So I've got my iPad here. Let's give it a try.
Weather widget Stag Everett.
It's
25 degrees. Snow squall warning and one more.
Yeah, listen to that, guys. We got some pretty chilly weather right now. It's going to warm up again here. Praise God, spring is here. But today's pretty chilly. So let's get into our reminders app.
Notes and reminders.
Double tap.
Double tap to open.
Doesn't say I have any badges today.
Reminders.
All right. On the left-hand side, this app is split up into two sides, left and right.
News.
And
app.
so what you're going to find is if I tap on the left side here,
search edit button.
the first thing we have is an edit button so that we can multi-select and things of that nature. Now if I go to the right,
search dictate today 2 reminders March 28th.
Okay.
Button.
So there are 2 reminders set for today. Let's keep going.
Scheduled 21 reminders button.
All right, all the reminders I have scheduled. So these are what we call smart lists. I didn't create these, but they're there to help me out if I want to see just the reminders for today or anything I have scheduled.
All 36 reminders button. Double tap to view list.
All right. Now, that's everything we have, but keep going now. These are going to be the individual lists.
Flagged 0 reminders button.
Well, forgot about that.
Double tap my lists heading.
Now it's going to be the individual lists. Keep going.
Paprika 2 reminders list badge orange.
That's a
double tap to view list. Double tap and hold, then drag to reorder items. Actions available.
You even have actions. That is a list that was created by an app that I use for recipes. Let's see what the actions are.
Delete list info. Drag item, activate, default.
So very much like calendar, you can, delete wasn't an option in that part of the calendar there, but in reminders it is, and you can delete a list, but you also saw list info, I think it said.
List info,
and that
activate, default.
Is very much like calendar, right? Excuse me, where we can go in and we can see who the list is shared with, if anyone, or we can go ahead and share it. That's where you're going to go. You're going to swipe up or down on a list and choose list info. You'll be able to share that list with other people. Also, you'll be able to see the color and change the color of the list if you want to do that. And let's see. Let's just go ahead and take a look at what those options are real quick.
List info. Cancel button. List info heading done button. List badge orange. Paprika text field.
The title.
Color options red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, blue, indigo, pink, purple, brown, gray, rose. Icon options emoji. Selected list. Bookmark location pet gift birthday graduate birthday cake.
So we can have an emoji representing our list. Let's go past those quickly.
Bills and
see what else we have.
House, TV,
lots and lots of choices for
building.
Emojis. I'm going to move pretty quickly through them just to save time. And then we'll see what else we have. All right, let's go down to the bottom, actually.
Use smart.
Okay, here we go.
Part, star, convert to smart list button. Use smart lists to automatically organize reminders by tags, due dates, and more. Link.
Okay, so you heard what that is. It allows us to have, we can have tags in our reminders, and if we tag a reminder with the correct tag, it will automatically get associated with a list, if that list is indeed a smart list. And so that's an option there. And also you heard that we can even have them organized by due dates and so on.
Convert.
What I didn't see here was the sharing options because I forgot that's not where it is.
Cancel. List
so
done.
Let's go ahead and cancel that. And I'll show you where that is in a moment. But basically what we want to do, I was showing you our list. That was paprika.
Paprika, grocery, shared with Jessica Voldrecht and 2 others. 3 reminders, list badge, pink.
You see,
Double tap to view list.
that is actually a shared list we share with the family, and it actually is used by a third-party app that we use for grocery shopping called AnyList. So I can add directly to this, but the nice thing is that when I add to it, it will import into this grocery app. We'll probably discuss that app later on in the course.
Selected, reminders, 25 reminders, list badge, cyan blue. Family, shared with Kylie Voldrecht and 2 others, 6 reminders, list badge, vibrant yellow.
All right.
TTG team, shared with Cliff Note, expiration.
So you get the idea. Now,
Tags,
then you have your tags,
tags, expanded, heading.
which is expandable
Double tap to collapse.
or collapsible. Here are my tags.
All tags, button. Hashtag bills, button. Hashtag chores, button. Toolbar, add list, button.
And down at the bottom, add list. So you can see bills and chores are my tags right now. If I tag something that way, I can view everything that is under that tag. So if I were to tap on bills here, I'd see only the reminders that have to do with paying bills. Now, once you've selected a reminders list on the left, its contents appear on the right. And if I go to the right,
Cellular, 2 reminders, heading.
we have the reminders list, the default list selected.
Toolbar, reminders, heading. More, button.
That is where you choose your sharing options.
Show list info, button. Share list, button. Select reminders, button. Sort by, manual, button. Show completed, button. Print, button. Delete list, button. Dismiss context menu.
All right. Several
Edit
things that
button.
I want to talk about there. Share list, obviously, is the one that allows you to share a list with other people. Delete, pretty common sense there. List info, common sense. You can print your reminders list. You saw that there. You can print that out if you have a compatible printer. We'll talk about printing later on in the course. Another one that I wanted to point out that we have there, show completed. Show completed will display the completed items on the list that you have already checked off, that you've already marked as completed. And this is going to become important if you want to delete all the completed items in a list or those types of things. When you do that, they still get moved to the bottom of the list so that they're out of the way, but showing them versus hiding them is a choice that you have. All right, so that was our more
Remind, more, button.
Now to the right,
Incomplete. Take out the garbage. March 31st, 2022 at 10 p.m. Weekly. Tag chores. Double tap to mark as completed.
this is my
Use
list.
the actions rotor to edit the title. Actions available.
Okay.
Use the rotor to access completed tasks, incomplete tasks, overdue tasks.
Look at all of those things we have in the rotor. Completed tasks, incomplete, overdue, but also you heard that there are actions if I swipe up and down.
Delete. Flag. Details. Edit title. Enter detail. Drag item. Activate. Default.
All those things we can do. And activate, if I double tap, will check off the stuff that I put on the list. And this is take out the garbage. So that's a reminder there in my list. If I just double tap, it will check it off.
Incomplete. Pack the library books. Today at 9 p.m. Weekly. Incomplete. Pay Bank of America.
All right, so you can see all of these, and if we just double tap, we are checking them off. Remember, when they appear as notifications, we can swipe up and down on bring focus to the notification by touching it. Swipe up and down on it until you hear more and double tap, and then you'll get some of these same choices. In fact, you'll get more choices like mark as completed, remind me in an hour, remind me tomorrow. So you want to check off your reminders. Don't just let them sit there. All right, at the bottom of your list on the right-hand side is
Toolbar. New reminder. Button.
the new reminder button.
Incomplete. Toolbar.
See?
New reminder. Button.
All right, so I'm going to set a reminder for 1:55 to start class.
Text field is editing. Character mode. Insertion point at start. Actions available. Use the rotor to access misspelled words. Messages. Now.
All right, now, here's what we'll do. We'll put start class. I'm just going to type S-T-A.
R space start. L-A-S-S.
All right, now, I want you to know,
Return.
if I press return, it's going to add that item. That item's kind of already added, but it's going to give me a new reminder. So I can immediately press return and start typing another one, just like making a list in any good list making app. Every time you press return, it's going to give you a new list item, a new reminders item. And so I don't have to do anything else. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to touch up above the letters U, I, and O, or to the left of the letter Q.
Classic. Tag button. Flagged button. Photos button. Q. Photos flagged. Tag button.
So we can add photos to the reminder right from there. We can...
Photos button. Double tap to add a photo or to scan a document to attach to this reminder.
Okay.
Flagged button.
Flag it.
Double tap to mark as flagged or tag flagged.
Let's see what it said. Or.
Double tap to mark as flagged or unflagged.
Okay.
Tag button.
Add a tag.
Double tap to tag this reminder.
And you can create new tags, or you can use ones that you've already created.
Classic. Classes. Class.
Those are 3 quick type suggestions. Auto, basically predictive text. Let's keep going.
Location button.
So we can easily make...
Double tap to alert when getting into or out of a car, or when leaving or arriving at a location.
Right, so we can immediately do that.
Date and time button.
Okay.
Double tap to alert at a date or time. News. Undo button.
Undo.
Edit details button.
And there's the edit
Swipe
details.
up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
A lot of the choices are right there on that quick bar, and you don't even need to go any deeper. I could just pick the date and time one, and I wouldn't have to go any further. But I am going to go to the edit details
button.
I am going to do that just to show you the rest of the options, okay?
Text field is editing. Start class. Insertion point at end.
And there's the actual edit field. That's the actual field you go into, and you are already in if you want to change any of the text for this reminder.
Incomplete. Text field.
And near the very top is a done button, but it's kind of... let me just see if I can show you.
Reminders. Heading. Done. Button.
It's up at the top where the beginning of the right side of the iPad screen is, where your reminders list of items is. And so you'd have to, if you were swiping left, you'd have to go past all your other reminders. I just kind of know where it is there, but all right.
Return.
Let's go back here and
incomplete text field. Text edit details button.
That.
Edit cancel button.
So you can really see everything.
Details heading done button.
There's your done button whenever you're ready.
Start class text field.
Edit the title.
Notes text field.
Put some notes about it.
Double tap to edit.
If you need
Swipe
to.
up URL text field.
Put a URL, a website.
Double tap to edit.
Web address.
Swipe up date off collapsed. Time off collapsed.
All right, date.
Double tap to expand controls and enable.
So let's do that.
Date off date. More options shown. Tuesday, month, March 2022, button, adjustable.
Just like the calendar.
Double tap to change month and year. Swipe up or down with one.
See, just like the calendar, so I'm going to go to vertical navigation.
Tuesday, March 1st, button. Edit, screen recognition language, container. Contain vertical navigation.
And swipe down a few.
Tuesday, March 22nd, but Tuesday, March 29th.
Now swipe to the left one.
Selected. Today, Monday, March 28th.
Oh, it's already selected. Okay, let's go to the right.
Thursday, time, off, collapsed.
We need a time.
Double time, 2 more options shown.
Again, it's the same kind of time picker as we had in the calendar, so I'm not going to, go back over that again.
2 o'clock, picker item, adjustable, 2 of 00 minutes, PM.
We'll actually leave it for that, although we would really probably want our reminder a little sooner than that.
Repeat, never, button.
There's your repeat options. So if you want a recurring reminder.
Tags, button.
All right, you can tag.
Location, off, collapsed.
Now see?
Double tap to expand controls and enable.
We can be reminded at a specific location when we leave, when we arrive, when we get into a car, out of a car.
When messaging, off, collapsed.
That's when we're messaging somebody.
Double tap to expand controls and enable.
And it explains that one if we swipe to the right.
Selecting this option will show the reminder notification when chatting with a person in messages.
All right. And we'll go to the right again.
Flag, off. Priority, none, button.
We can make a priority here.
List, reminders, cyan blue, button.
We can change what list this reminder is on.
Subtasks, 0, button.
Add some subtasks by double tapping there.
Add image, button.
Add a photo.
Add image, button.
And scan a document, and that's it. Now, if we were doing this in a shared list, we would have the option to assign the reminder to other people in the list, but this list is not shared. So now at the top, all I got to do
image, button.
is hit
Add
the
image, detail, done, button.
done button.
Edit.
And my reminder is exactly the way I want it to be. All right, that's going to give us a bit of an overview of the Reminders app. And we are not going to actually get into the Photos app today. We're going to save that for Wednesday because I definitely want to spend an adequate amount of time in the Photos app, even though this is our App Bonanza. So we're not going to get into the Photos app, but there is another photo-oriented app that we can spend just a few quick minutes in, just for fun. On every iPad, there's an app that you might not even realize is there, and it's called Photo Booth. It's on page 2.
Settings, page 2 of 5.
For me, I think, I hope.
Shortcuts, Photo Booth.
There it is.
Double tap to open.
And this is just a fun app that lets you play with the cameras and take your own photo, video.
Photo Booth.
Let's just look at the options. We'll
Collide, squeeze.
Start at the top there.
Squeeze.
That's the first one. These are effects you can put on.
Squeeze. Kaleidoscope. Thermal camera. Twirl. Normal. Mirror. Stretch. Light tunnel. X-ray. X-ray.
All right, let's use light tunnel.
Light tunnel. Toolbar. Take picture. Button.
Now swipe left.
Front-facing camera view.
So this is already set to the front-facing camera. We're going to do a selfie.
Toolbar. Take picture. Button. Filters. None. Button. Camera chooser. Front-facing. Button. Camera chooser.
So
button.
that's where we change to, flip from front to back to front. And here,
Filters. None. Button.
let's look at our filters.
Squeeze. Kaleidoscope. Thermal camera. Twirl. Normal. Mirror. Stretch. Light tunnel. X-ray. X-ray.
Same one. So I'm going to
Light tunnel.
hit that again.
Toolbar. Take picture. Filters. None. Button.
Now it's still saying none, but
Show or hide the list of filters.
I have to believe we've actually made the correct selection here. I'll have to have somebody with sight tell me for sure later.
Camera chooser. Front cam. Take picture.
No
button.
video, just photo. So we're going to take a quick picture.
Portrait.
I'm going to go to portrait mode.
Filters. None. Button.
And do a selfie. Ready?
Camera shoot. Take picture.
Here we go. I don't know if you heard the little camera shutter sound. We took a picture.
Front-facing camera. Landscape.
I went to landscape.
Filters. Take camera
And
chooser.
that is it. All right. It's as easy as that. That is how you use Photo Booth. Just a fun little app that's simpler than the camera even.
Photos.
And really just an opportunity for you to play around with it and try some different effects. And if I go down here...
Photo 1:39 p.m. More content available. A photo containing an adult, maybe Matthew.
It's correct. It was containing me, and I am me, that's for sure. And we have that in our photo library, which we're going to teach you the Photos app on Wednesday. But it does appear automatically in your list of photos. And you heard that there are nice descriptions in the list of photos in the Photos app. And so we can do some really, really fun, awesome things with the Photos app. But I just need more time than what I have right now. With this class, because I don't want to overwhelm anybody, and I think what we're going to do is, we're going to talk to our trainers about the calendar and the reminders apps, because I think we need to spend more time on those, and I want to actually give you today in class time to do a challenge, because I want us to try together to create reminders and calendar events. So I want to spend some time on that. I know the recordings may be a little bit shorter than what we're used to, but that's because we covered 2 really big apps today and a third one just for fun, Photo Booth. So we will continue on Wednesday with some extras and an overview of the Photos app. And of course, a lot more coming up. Our App Bonanza will continue for at least another week, because we have a lot more apps to explore. The TV app, the music app, the camera, the Apple Maps app, Apple News, Apple Books, and of course, Notes. And when we get into Notes, we're going to be doing advanced text editing. And then, of course, that's going to lead us to a lot of other things. There's still so much more to come in this course. Long way to go, but look how far we've come already. So, I think that's going to be a great place for us to end things for today. I want to thank you so much for joining us on this awesome journey, guys, because there's so much more to come. And I want to thank you again. We will, if you are joining us live, please don't go away because we're about to move on to comments from the trainers and interactive time, which is going to be a big deal today with interactive time especially. All right, so thank you again. Don't go away. God bless you. We'll be talking to you very soon.